Hey guys, and today we're going to see how much stuff can fit into the trunk of the all-new 2017 Hyundai Ioniq Hybrid. Now before I get this review rolling, I would like to thank Tony King at SUITCASE Hyundai in Fort Lauderdale, Florida for allowing me to review this vehicle for you guys. If you're interested in purchasing a brand new or used Hyundai and live in the South Florida area, don't hesitate to check them out. They will get you into the perfect Hyundai in no time. And remember that all of Drive and Be Driven's reviews are 100% honest and 0% biased. So, let's get started. Okay, so there is only a total of 2 ways to unlock the trunk of the 2017 Hyundai Ioniq, and there is actually only one way to open up the trunk of the 2017 Hyundai Ioniq. So one of the ways to unlock the trunk of your 2017 Hyundai Ioniq is from your key fob right here, and you are going to press the third button right here that does have a little symbol of a vehicle's trunk opening up with the hold under it. So all you have to do is hold that down, and it will flash your hazards indicating that the tailgate was just unlocked. But there is also another way to unlock the tailgate of the Hyundai Ioniq, and that other way is to just locate your hand right above the Ioniq lettering and right below the Hyundai logo in this little cubby right here. Once you press that, it will actually pop the trunk ever so slightly there, and it will also flash the hazards indicating that the trunk was just unlocked. But there is only actually a total of one way to open up the trunk, and that is by just putting your hand right under here, pushing the button, and lifting it right on up. Because the other way, you cannot press this button and it will automatically open up, because this trunk does not have any power adjustability or pretty much any power assist. You're only going to have your struts right here, which are going to help you open up the trunk. So it is going to be very easy to open and close this lift gate right here. But looking at the lift gate, when you first open it up, you are going to see that you do have quite a large lift gate here, and it actually reminds me of something like the Hyundai Veloster, which I did review for you guys not too long ago, and I really want to see how this does stack up to something like a Hyundai Veloster as well. But looking at your tailgate, you are going to see just how large the tailgate does actually open. So you can actually stand underneath this tailgate because it actually doesn't really protrude out that much from the rear of the vehicle. But if you were to stand behind the tailgate or even a little bit under the tailgate, you will see how you do have quite a bit of room right under there, because it does open up super duper high, just about probably the height of the vehicle. It does open up. But let's talk about what you are going to be looking at inside of here, and probably what you really came to this video for, and that is to see really how much stuff you can fit inside of this trunk, and also the cargo practicality and cargo space. So if you do have the rear seats folded up, you are going to be looking at 26.5 cubic feet of space, and in comparison to something like a Toyota Prius, the Toyota Prius is going to have just about 27.4 cubic feet of space, but that is only going to be on its highest efficiency model. So pretty much what that means is that if you do go for that high efficiency model, you are going to have a 1 cubic foot larger trunk than what's found on right here on the 2017 Hyundai Ioniq SEL with the technology package. But one thing that Hyundai did do with the Hyundai Ioniq is that no matter what trim level you do go for the Hyundai Ioniq Hybrid, it is going to come with this same 26.5 cubic foot rating as opposed to the Prius. So
if you do go for all of the other models of the Toyota Prius, it is going to have a 24.6 cubic foot rated trunk. So it is going to be just ever so slightly smaller than something like the Ioniq's trunk. It's actually going to be just about 2 cubic foot smaller. And if you are comparing this to something like the Ford C-Max, it is going to be just about 19.2 cubic feet of space, which is quite a ways smaller than something like the Hyundai Ioniq right here. And even something like the Kia Niro is going to have 19.4 cubic feet of space. Even though that Kia Niro is a compact crossover or a subcompact crossover, it is going to have a much smaller trunk by just about 7 cubic feet as opposed to something like this Hyundai Ioniq. Alright, so let's see how a pool noodle fits inside of the trunk of the 2017 Hyundai Ioniq widthwise. Alright, so we do have our pool noodle right here, and it does have a length of 5.3 feet, so we are going to see how this does fit widthwise inside of the trunk of the Hyundai Ioniq. So putting this on inside, you are going to see that right on the wall is pretty much jammed up against this wall right here. And if you do come down here, well, you're going to see that it does curve up just a little bit right here, and it is just squeezing in. I'm probably not even going to give it a full point for this. It's probably going to get just a little bit of points taken off, since you can see that it does have sort of like an arc right there. All right, so now let's see how this 5.3 foot long pool noodle fits with the rear seat folded down. And another thing I did want to mention is just how easy it is to fold down the rear seats inside of the Hyundai Ioniq, especially since this is sort of like a lift back design. You can fold down the rear seats from your rear tailgate here. You don't have to walk around to the back seats like some sedans, or even some hatchbacks have that as well, or even some SUVs, and when they do have a very long rear overhang, you can't reach it. So right here, all you have to do is push this up. It will show a little red indicator there, and you push it right on down. Now I do have that front seat adjusted to my comfort at 5'10", so we are going to see how this pool noodle does fit, so the rating is consistent between all vehicles. And putting that pool noodle right in, you are going to see that you have just about a little bit of space here. You probably fit about a quarter of this pool noodle right in there, maybe even 1/3. It really depends. Probably more like a quarter of this pool noodle can fit right there. But your pool noodle does definitely fit with that rear seat folded down, so that is definitely a plus. All right, so now let's see how a roller bag fits with the rear seats folded up. Alright, so now let's see how a 22-inch suitcase fits height-wise with the rear seats folded up inside of the 2017 Hyundai Ioniq Hybrid. So if we do put in our suitcase height-wise all the way back right there and close up our trunk, let's see how it fits. And the suitcase is actually going to fit in there, so that is definitely a good thing right there. I'm glad that this suitcase does fit. All right, so now let's see how this suitcase does fit laying down. So we are going to see how it does fit lengthwise here. So lengthwise, pushing it all the way back to the back of this rear seat, you are going to see that you do have quite a bit of room here too. So the suitcase does actually fit with the rear seat folded up there as well, so that is also a plus. Also, I did want to mention that underneath this floor right here, you are going to have some more storage. So if you do lift this up, you are going to have some more storage down here. You're also going to have your fix-a-flat kit, as well as a few more tools there. And we also have this dealer accessory. This is wheel locks. So that is going to be one of your dealer accessories. And then you even have enough space to put something like a spare tire, as long as you take this foam part right on out. And another thing I did want to mention is that the Hyundai Ioniq also comes with optional cargo net right here. So you can hook on a cargo net right here, and it will pretty much give you a full cargo net going on right there. And you even get a tondu cover, or pretty much a cargo cover, that comes right on over here and locks right into there. But our Ioniq does not have that equipped on it. I believe it is going to come standard on all Hyundai Ioniqs. Our Ioniq probably just doesn't have it in the vehicle currently. Alright, so now let's see how our laundry baskets fit with the rear seats folded up inside of the Hyundai Ioniq. Now, our laundry baskets are going to have an 11-inch diameter with a 7-inch height. So let's see how this does fit inside of the trunk here. So let's put in our first one. 1, 2, 3. And I do not want these lips of the baskets overlapping, because they are not going to count if they do overlap. And 4, because we cannot fit another one right in this little corner right here. So we are going to give this 4 for the surface, but let's see if we can stack some on top here. 5, 6, and let's see if we could possibly put one here. And let's close this on up. And we just put 7 there, so let's see if we could put an 8th one in here. The Ioniq may just be able to pull off 8 laundry baskets, and that would be amazing if we can do that. So let's get our 8th one here, and we can get on in 8. So let's close this on up and see if 8 do fit. And 8 laundry baskets fit inside of the 2017 Hyundai Ioniq with the rear seats folded up. And that's actually very, very impressive, especially considering this vehicle has just about 26 cubic feet of space. Hyundai really pretty much stretched out this cargo space as much as possible. So, all right, so now let's see how many laundry baskets can fit with the rear seats folded down. Okay, so now let's fold down these rear seats, and to fold down the rear seats, like I demonstrated earlier, all you do is pull this up and fold it right on down, and you do the same thing right here as well. And I am going to open up these doors right here so we can make it just a little bit easier for us to access the back seat when we are putting these baskets in. So let me open up this side door as well. All right, and let's get started. So we do have the same sized baskets here, so let's put in our first laundry basket. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and it looks like we can fit another one on that side. I'm not 100% sure. And I'm trying to make sure that these laundry baskets don't overlap as much as possible. And for the most part, they aren't really overlapping. These are just a little bit on an angle, but they are not really overlapping with this one, nor are these really overlapping either. So overall, it looks like the 2017 Hyundai Ioniq Hybrid can fit a total of 10 laundry baskets. And that is definitely very, very impressive. So I do want to pretty much roll up this right here. I'm going to move up this front seat, this front passenger seat, just a little bit more, because most people probably aren't going to be sitting with the seat all the way back in its tracks, because I didn't have that all the way back as far as it can go in its track. So if I do try this again, and I'm just going to move back these baskets a little bit more so you can see that they can actually fit without being really overlapped at all. So I did just push them all back a little bit more here, and look at that, they all fit without overlapping really at all. So that is definitely a good thing to see right here. These aren't really overlapping either. That's perfect. So a total of 10 laundry baskets can fit with the rear seats folded down inside of the 2017 Hyundai Ioniq. I am very, very impressed, Hyundai. And Hyundai also gives you this very helpful helper handle right here, which is going to allow for you to close this fairly large liftgate a lot easier. So I am very happy to announce that Hyundai does give you this helper handle here. It is only going to be on your right side, not on your left side. So I would have liked to have seen Hyundai add one on the left side, since some people are left-handed. But overall, this is a very neat feature that Hyundai did add it for you, especially since a lot of vehicles really just leave this out and leave you to claw in the paint. But right here, you can just grab right into this little plastic portion right here and close it right on up. Well, that's it for this full review. Comment and tell me what you would like to see in future videos. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. This is Marcus, and thanks for watching Drive and Be Driven. Keep it positive, and I'll see you next time. You can become a Drive and Be Driven driver today. Just simply click the subscribe button and you will become a part of the Drive and Be Driven circle. Subscribing will allow you to stay up to date with the Drive and Be Driven YouTube channel. Thank you to all of my current Drive and Be Driven drivers for driving me towards my goals and dreams. Stay subscribed for more awesome videos like this one.